All right, today we're tearing down Lunio, a huge name in click fraud protection. We're going to look at what it does, who it's for, and the one giant red flag that might just be a deal breaker. Let's get right into it.
So that brings us to the big question for today. Is Lunio the best click fraud tool that you shouldn't actually buy? Yeah, it sounds a little weird, but stick with me, it'll make perfect sense in a minute. First things first, let's not waste any of your time. We're going to figure out exactly who this is for, and maybe more importantly, who should probably just skip this one entirely.
So on the one hand, this is for you if you're a digital agency, if you're going all in on Google Performance Max, or you're spending over, say, 10 grand a month on ads. Lunio is absolutely built for that kind of scale. But, and this is a big but, if you need to protect your Bing ads, if you want to know the price before you talk to someone, or if you think you should be able to click a button to cancel a service, this is not going to be it.
Okay, so for everyone who's still here, let's get into the tech. How does this thing actually work? Without all the fluffy marketing speak.
So here's the most important thing you need to get about Lunio. They're not just hunting for click fraud. No, they're after something much bigger they call invalid traffic, or IVT. Now, this includes everything that wastes your ad budget. We're talking bots, accidental clicks, web scrapers, basically any traffic that has zero chance of ever converting.
So how does it do it? Well, it's a three-step process. First, its AI just sifts through all your traffic, looking for those IVT patterns. Second, and this is their killer feature, it shares that intelligence. So a bot it finds on your Google ads is automatically blocked on your Meta campaigns, your TikTok ads, you name it. And third, the whole thing is pretty much hands-off. You set it up at about 5 minutes and you just let it run.
Okay, the tech sounds pretty slick, I'll give them that. But what about the numbers? Let's take a look at the data. And the dollars.
This number right here? This is why tools like Lunio even exist. They did their own research, looking at a massive 2.7 times billion clicks, and found that 8.51% of all paid traffic is just junk. Think about that. That's almost a tenth of your ad spend, just poof, gone. And this isn't just a marketing claim. Their research is basically the industry standard.
So here it is, our official scoreboard for Lunio. Overall score, a very strong 8.4 out of 10. You can't argue with the tech. Detection accuracy gets a 9.0, and platform coverage is a staggering 9.5. The dashboard feels a little clunky, so we gave it a 7. But then you look at that bottom line, the trust score. We had to give it a low. So what's going on?
Well, it starts right here. There is no pricing on their website at all. You can't just look at some plans and sign up. Nope, you have to get on the phone with a salesperson just to find out what it's going to cost. That lack of transparency, that's the first big crack in the foundation.
So let's put it all together. This is the honest verdict on Lunio. Let's spell out what works really well and what absolutely does not.
On the good side, the list is amazing. Truly world-class detection. A system that's completely set it and forget it, and the best platform coverage you can get. But then you look at the bad column, and it's pretty concerning. We're talking reports of predatory billing, no way to cancel on your own, that hidden pricing, and even some Glassdoor reviews that point to some shaky stuff happening inside the company.
And hey, don't just take our word for it. This is a direct quote from a verified review on Capterra. A paying customer had to go to their bank and ask them to block the charges because they couldn't get the company to cancel their account. That's not just a bad user experience. That is a massive, massive red flag.
So who should still think about Lunio, even with all these issues? Honestly, it's built for agencies who are managing tons of clients, performance marketers who live and breathe Google PMax, and anyone getting hammered by fraud on platforms like TikTok and LinkedIn.
And who should run in the other direction? Just skip it if you need Bing ads protection. They don't do it. Definitely skip it if you believe you have the right to see a price and cancel a service easily. And if you have a pretty small ad spend, the return on investment just isn't going to be there for you.
So that's the final verdict. Lunio is a technically brilliant tool that is wrapped up in some very, very questionable business practices. If you want to see all the data and our full analysis, you can check out the in-depth review over at clickfraudtool.com. The link is right there in the description.